Antariyascha bahirvidutatimiram Jyotirmayam Shashvatam Sthanam Prapya Virajate Vinamatam Ajnanamunmolayan Pashyan Vishwamapiramanasatiyo Vishwasya Pariparaha Tasmai Sri Ramanaya Lokagurave Lokasya Mantro Namaha Satratyaya Kinna Vihaya Santam Ruddhe Suchinta Drupe Chinta Rajita
Ekam tasya smritihi tasya tridaiva nishta. Towards the end of this very beautiful text, even though Vedas talk about the same reality in the form of a Mahavakya, Ahasputam, verse number 34. Ahasputam tattvamasi vedah tadapyasam prapya paratmanishtam bhuyo vichara madhisdurbalatvam tat sarvada swatmataya hi pati. Aha sputam, very clearly, Veda tattvamasi, that thou art. As we saw in the last session, tat shabdena shabdasya vakyartam pradamam janiyat. Sorry, padartham pradamam janiyat. Tanandaram tvam padasya padartham api. First, to understand the pada artha, the word meaning of what is tat, what is tvam, and then only we can understand asi. Tat padarthasya artham Ishvaraha iti nyayet. If we understand tat only refers to the Ishvaraha and tvam is only jiva, then jiva Ishvara aikyatvam khatabi na sambhavati. Jiva is not Ishvara, Ishvara is not jiva. Parantu tat padasya artham brahma iti jnatva tvam padasya artham atman iti jnatva eva atma brahma aikyatvam sambhavati. Only when you understand that tat refers to Brahman and tvam refers to jiva, not jiva, atman, then alone there is this possibility of oneness. So vichar aisa karna hai. That's why he says, without understanding the correct interpretation of those words, one can go on contemplating and will not achieve it. Or even if one understands the nature of Atman alone is the nature of Brahman, nature of Brahman alone is the nature of Atman, then one comes to at once know the oneness. Tata api asamprapya. Even then one is not able to get it. Paratmanishtham, not able to establish oneself in that oneness. Bhuyaha vicharaha, again thinking about it, mati durlabhatvam is only weakness of the mind. Impurities of the mind, distractions of the mind alone is the cause for unable to maintain that identity. Why it is so? Because that very self, sarvada, at all times, swatmataya hibhati, as one's own self alone always. It is not different from oneself. It is not away from oneself. It is not available at any point of time. So what is always available, yet we are not able to remain there, is only shows how much our mind is identified with so many other things. And that is the reason it is said durbalatvam. And if somebody says, I know, and somebody says, I don't know, both are laughable only. So he says in the verse number 35, Na vedmyaham mam uta vedmyaham mam. Iti pravado manojasya hasya. Drigdrishyabhedat kimayam dvidhatma. Sarvatmakatayam hitiyam nabedaha. Swatma ekatayam, sir. That is mistake. Navedmyaham mam udavedmyaham mam iti pravado manujasya hasya drigdrishyabhedat kimayam dvidatma swatmaikatayam hitiyam navedaha. Aham mam navedmi. I don't know myself. If somebody says, na janami aham, I don't know myself. Also, uta or otherwise, atava, aham mam vedmi, I know myself. Iti pravadaha, these kind of statements. Aham janami, aham na janami iti manujasya vadaha tattva vicharasya pravrittasya purushasya aham mam ajnani, aham atmajnani, na aham atmajnani iti evam vidaha vikalpavadaha hasya upahasaniya. It's only laughable. Why you're saying that? Do you know yourself? So everybody says, I know myself. Nobody says, I don't know myself. But definitely that person will ask which self you're asking about. Me, the person known to everybody in the world as so and so, that I always know. Nobody says, I don't know my name. Nobody says, I do not know whether a man or a woman. Nobody says whether I am alive or not. I am not alive. Nobody can. I am awake, I am not sure. Nobody can say that. Everybody knows that I am aware of myself. So if somebody says, I know myself, or somebody says, I do not know myself, there is no need for a person to say that. Kutaha Jnaya Atma, Jnata Atma iti sa avayavat, Satyevat Atma Dvaita Vidye na aham atmanam janami uta janami iti vadasya prasaktihi. Jnaya Atma, Jnata Atma iti sati evam atma dve vidye. See, if I say I know, take the statement I know the chair, I know the table, I know you. In this kind of expressions, knowing is a process between a knower and the known as two things. I, the knower, and the object that I know as two. Or if I say I don't know that person, then again, I, the knower, is different from what I don't know. Dvaita. Na vedmi aham mam uta aham vedmi. Aham mam vedmi. Iti pravadaha manujasya hasyah kyun drig drishya vedat kimayam dvidat. Drig aur hai aur drishya aur hai. Drig, the knower, and drishya, the known. If they are two things, then one can claim to be knowing something and claim to be not knowing something. Swatma tu eka eva iti anubhavah sarvesham. Always, it is everybody's experience that whenever I refer to me, I, you are not referring to any object. You are not referring to another person. You are not anything outside yourself. You are not referring to something which is sometime become unknown, sometime unavailable. No. Swamiji, I don't know, suddenly I am unavailable. Doesn't happen. Sometimes I am absent. Not possible. Sometimes I don't know myself. That you can say about things. So it is always available to one. Eva. So swatma tu eka eva iti anubhavah sarvesham. Tasmat evam vadaha vadasyo upahasaniyatvam iti uttarardena aha drig drishya vedat. Drig drashta atma. Drishya atma iti veda dvaya atma kim dvida bhavati. Advaya atma kim dvida bhavati. This indivisible one, how can ever be, it will become a divided entity as two, as knower and the known. That is the reason in the Kenopanishad, when the teacher had explained, and then when he asked, who knows this? Then somebody, one of the boy got up and said, Na hammanne suvedeti. I don't know myself, really. No na vedeti vedacha. Not that I don't know, I know. O yogas tatveda tatveda. No na vedeti vedacha. Yasya madam tasya madam madam yasya. Yasya madam tasya madam madam yasya na vedasah. Yasya amadam tasya madam. One who knows it cannot be known as an object knows. Yasya madam, one who thinks he knows, tasya na vedasah. He doesn't know. It may look confusing for the person who does not have the background. मुझे मालूम नहीं, ये तो ठीक है. I don't know मुझे. Meaning, for me, this is not known, an object. मैं खुद को मुझे नहीं जानता हूं. This is not possible. I don't know. So therefore, swatma ekatayam hi diyam na vedaha. Swa atmaikye diyam anubhava anubhavajanya buddhinam vedaha nasti him. Loke sarvasyapi purushasya swatma eka eva anugada ahang vritti swarupaha sarvavastasu deshabede kalabede avyabicharena vishayi jnata eva bhavati. Tasmat jivasya atmabhasasya jnatuhu tanmulat atmanah cha abedah uchyate. For a person who has come to realize that this self is never absent At the same time, that never absent self is me, myself. For such a person, there is no question of not knowing or knowing, because knowing and not knowing are at the level of the intellectual functioning, whereas awareness is not an intellectual function. In Upanishads are also Bhagavan Shankaracharya one of Ramana Maharshi very clearly said, Jnanamastikam Yatumantaram Jnanavarjita Ajnanahina Chit Jnanamastikam Yatumantaram. Ajnan और ज्ञान दोनों मुझे मालूम है. Me, the awareness knows both knowledge and ignorance. Knowledge of things, ignorance of things, I know both of them. Therefore, the awareness is neither knowledge nor ignorance. The eyes can see both the light and darkness. Therefore, eyes are neither light nor darkness. So in the same way, it is independent of what you know as objects, what you don't know as objects, because awareness is not an object. It is only subject at all times, and subject can never be absent. If subject is absent, then nothing else will be known. It will be known. Subject can never be absent. So the substratum, the subject can be not absent at any time. Unawareness is not possible. You cannot experience unawareness. One may say, oh, what happens in coma then? In coma also, it is extended state of mind's unavailability. It's like in a sleep, you are temporarily not available. Awareness is still there, but availability of objects, awareness of the objects is not possible in a person who is asleep. Upon waking up without anybody's support, such person say, I slept. That only shows that you are aware that you slept. Without anybody's external aid, you come to know, which means the awareness was not absent, which is recording the absence of the mind. The extended state of mind's absence is what is called coma, where it cannot comprehend anything around. So here, there is no possibility of any person claiming to know or claiming to be not knowing, because it is always available to one as subject. That is why he quotes Uttared Atmanatmanam iti Bhagavad Gita, Atmanam Atmana Vindeta Ityadi Vakyana Jnanasya eva Jnana Sadhanatvam Tatparyam. Jnanasya eva Jnana Sadhanatvam. Jnanasya eva Jnanasya Atmanaha Jnana Sadhanatvam. Meaning, to realize the awareness, there is no instrument necessary other than knowledge that takes you towards that awareness and disappears there. Eyes, when they are seeing the object, do not become unavailable to you after seeing the object. I see the object, and there ends the transaction of knowing. I hear a sound, there after hearing, there is end of the transaction. I'm still having the ears available for something else. But in the case of knowing the awareness, the knowledge that is taking you to the awareness disappears in that awareness. In the sense that then thereafter that person is just aware, not anymore as an external entity. And knowing me is not an extraneous function of the intellect. And all intellectual functions are nothing but expressions of that awareness through the intellectual faculty. It is like when you switch off the light, current is still there. Bulb is not functioning, that is okay. When you put it on, the bulb again comes with the light. So the current cannot be absent. In the same way, just because the mind and intellect not functioning does not mean awareness is absent. The one who has reached that state of awareness can never either claim I know, because not as an intellectual way of knowing, nor he can ever say I don't know, because it is always there. So that is the reason why, continuing, Idi yadi sahaja siddham atmaswarupam kadam tarhi tatra nishtana labhyate ityaha. If that is the case, which is always available to me, then how is that I am not able to abide in that? What is that which is not allowing me to be there all the time? Kritprapya saddhama nijaswarupe swabhava siddhenupalabhya nishtam maya vilasah sadasat sarupa virupananaikamukha pravadaha Kritprapya saddhama nijaswarupe swabhava siddhenupalabhya nishtam maya vilasah sadadastarupa virupananaikamukha pravadaha Swabhava siddhe. Swabhava siddhe means that which is always available to us. Sahaja siddhe. That which is spontaneously, effortlessly available to us. Nijaswarupe. Nijaswarupe, swatmaswarupe. Vasamanam. That which is available to as your own awareness at all times. Saddhama. The abode of very truth. Hrit prapya. Which is the only your own heart. Saddhama sadvastunaha sthana bhutam hridayam prapya nishtam sahajatma nishtam as abiding as yourself aprapya not having gained nishtam aprapya not having gained meaning not able to abide in that. What happened? Why? Sad asad sarupa nirupa nana eka mukha pravadaha. Real and unreal, with or without form, many or more talks like that. Pravadaha. It is nothing maya vilasa, for all the play of maya. Kim tad uta asat kim swarupam cha nirupam virupam kim nana uta ekam iti adayah vadaha ye pravruttaha te sarve maya vilasah mayayah sarveshwarasya chitswarupasya apara vijitra shaktehe srishtau bheda vidanat brahmande vikshiptasya pindande swarupa Swarupaavarakasya Mayakhyasya Brahmakasya Vaibhavasya Vilasah. The all arguments, whether it is true or false, which is with the form, without the form, all these various kind of mental distraction and argumentation are all Maya Vilasah. Merely the constant distraction created by the Maya. Shabda Jalam Maharanyam Chitta Brahmana Karanam. The word play and mental distractions only there. So it is said, therefore, Vak Vaigari Shabdajari Shastra Vakyana Kigoshalam Vaidushyam Vidusham Tadvad Muktaye Natu Muktaye Muktaye Natu Muktaye. Vivek Chodamani very clearly says, merely Varta Jalam, merely word play, Shastra Vyakyana Kaushalam, an ability to speak about the scriptures, etc. Vaidushyam, Vidusham, the scholarliness of the scholars, everything else, all these are all for Muktaye, for the sake of gaining name, fame, money, etc. Natu Muktaye, not for liberation. For the freedom to be gained in oneself, there is no need to talk about this. That's why it is said in the Upanishad, Anyo Vartam Vimunchata. Do not engage in word battles. Quietly, silently, mindfully engage in withdrawing the mind with all other distractions, from all other distractions, and remain abiding in one's own self, in the inquiry of the very root of that ahankara, which is none other than the consciousness, which even reflected in the Chidabhasa, as Chidabhasa in the Buddhi, happens to identify itself with the body, mind, intellect, thoughts, etc., coming to have the idea of it as aham karta, and thereafter it becomes a strong vairi there, knowing which one comes to no more entertain such a ahankara, not the kartrutva bhoktrutvam, and knowing that very, very chidabhasa, the reflection of consciousness in none other than the pure consciousness itself, and then abiding in that nature alone needs to be considered as the real sadhana. Otherwise, one remains in the world of delusion. Brahmakasya vaibhavasya vilasaha. Sadatma nijaswarupe aprapya. Having not reached there, there will be only constant agitations with, or constant fighting with this ahankar. You see, a real enemy you can fight, a false enemy you can never fight with. An enemy who appears and disappears, how will you fight with? Because you don't have a place or a rupa or a form with whom you have to fight. Uska रूप भी नहीं है, form is not there, character is not there, it keeps changing its nature. अहंकार जो है उसका तादात्म्य ही रूप है. It's identifies with one thing or the other continuously. If you fight with one thing, it will go to the next one. If you fight there, it will go to the next one. So there is no possibility of really capturing your enemy. He will have a great variety of things he can fight, he can appear as. That's why in our Puranas, the stories when Ravana takes different forms, therefore cutting off one head and another head comes. Cutting off another head, then again one more head comes, right? That is how it is prescribed. I mean, it is described there. Cut all the 10 heads, again all the 10 comes back. Rama wondering, oh, what is this? And even I cannot touch him. Also, that is only to show that ahankarasya swarupaha na aswarupaha. It is not having any form. So it can take any form. Kamarupi it is called. So, therefore, not having gained abidance in one's own true nature, in the self-evident abode of truth by reaching one's own heart, loud talks mainly as to whether the self is real or unreal, with form or without form, many are one, is all play of Maya. So again and again, this is what is being pointed out, that one has to quietly engage. And in the process, what happens is people say, oh, that Mahatma had that siddhi, this Mahatma had that siddhi. I think, in the process of gaining this moksha, you also should get a lot of different siddhis, powers, hidden powers. Ramana Maharshi, even our Gurudev said, if you are going behind all these siddhis, understand one thing, that you are being distracted by Maya and taking you away from the real pursuit. So he says here, Siddhasya Vittihi Sadayeva Siddhihi. स्वप्नोपमाना खलु सिद्धयोन्याः स्वप्न प्रबुद्धस्य कथं नु सत्यः सति स्थितः किं पुनरेति मायाम् सिद्धस्य वित्तिः सत एव सिद्धिः स्वप्नोपमाना खलु सिद्धयोन्याः स्वप्न प्रबुद्धस्य कथं नु सत्यः सति स्थितः किं पुनरेति मायाम् सिद्धस्य सतः वित्ति ज्ञानम् एव सिद्धिः सिद्धस्य what is already there established truth vittihi jnanam sada sarvakaleshu sarva desheshu sarva avasthasu yat siddhyate which is already available in all the time always in every place to you vitti knowledge eva that alone is siddhi that alone is true accomplishment anya all other siddhaya powers kalu are all indeed swapna upamanaha they are all like dream comparable to a dream. Why? See, if I get some power, any kind of siddhi, it was not there before and I come to get it. Anything that was not there before I come to get it can also potentially can disappear also. What you gained at some time can be lost at some time. It is similar to dream because it was not there before and sometime it is there and sometime when you wake up it is not there. So prabuddhasya katam nu satyah, swapna prabuddhasya katam nu satyah, one who has woken up from the dream of what reality it has. See, all the siddhis which any of these so-called Mahatmas which will show are all connected to this world only, right? If a person has woken up from this world as a dream, then for him of what use is that? So, one may say, I'm wearing the VR. And the VR reality, not VR reality, VR reality. Somebody is achieved something in that. When he takes it away, that success has no meaning in this world. Why? Because it's a virtual reality. It's not reality. Similarly, a person who has woken up from this world of reality, woken up to the higher one, when anyone says, what power you have in this world, he would say, for what? I know it is not true. Swapna upananaha, swapna prabuddhasya katam nu satyah. Satistitaha, one who is established in the truth, punaha mayam etikim, for such a person who has woken up from this dream, where can there be a visit by Maya? Because Maya is only real in this so-called reality of ours. It cannot enter into Atma Loka. It has no entry into the Brahma Loka. Just as a thing which is real in the dream state cannot enter itself into the waking state. And all the accomplishment and great powers that you accomplish in the dream has no relevance to this waking world. So too, all the realities that we experience in this world, so-called illusory things, cannot enter into the Brahma Loka. Akritakasya nityasya What is Siddham? Siddha Akritaha, uncreated. Sataha Vittihi Vedanameva Paramartha Siddhihi, supreme accomplishment. Anyaha Animadyaha Siddhayaha, Anima, Garima, Lagima, Guruma, Prakamya, Prakasha, Vashitvam, Ishitvam, Ityadi, Ashtama Siddhihi, Siddhayaha. It is all mentioned in our own Vedas also. Becoming small, becoming big, becoming light, becoming heavy, being anywhere you want, whatever you want, you can get, controlling everybody by your own mind. All these kinds are 8 kind of siddhis that are spoken about. They are all Swapna Upamaha, Swapna Upamanam Sadrishyam, Yasamsaha Kalu iti Niti Nirdharane, Prabuddhasya Swapa Jatasya Prabodhasya Na Tasya Ityarthaha, Swapna Katam Na Tasya Satyam. Sati Satye Aswatmani Nishtitaha Mayam Swaswarupa Anubhuti Pratibandhikam Kim Punaredi. How can the Maya, which is an obstruction to your own realization, upon waking up from this, how will that Maya ever will be a part of your own life? How will it visit you? Satya Atma Sthitireva Parama Siddhihi Anashvaratvat. Because it is this realization of one's own nature is the highest accomplishment, because it can never disappear. Anashvaratvat. Anya Siddhyaha na santi iti na ta Pamara buddhehe adbhuta api. Even for, for a common man, they are great, exciting things. No doubt about that. Muktasya na adbhutaha. For a person who has woken up, it doesn't create any excitement at all. Yata ayatanam anityana. Coming and going is the nature of them. Tasam ataha eva Swapna Upamanatvam. They are like that of the dream, which also appears and disappears. Yadyapi na paramyabasam siddhinam tadapi jivan muktasya kalena bhavet pakaha kshane kshane ityadibihi bhagavan mahirshehe upadeshaihi muktapurushasya svabhavataha bhavanti siddhayaha pakanusarataha iti avagamyate. Also, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi had said, if at all such powers are seen to be available for a Mahatma who has become a Jivan Mukta, he would hardly even notice it. Or if at all somebody notices also, he would not give any importance to them. I've seen that in Gurudev also. He will never acknowledge it. If somebody says, Swamiji, what you said came true, let it be. He will not acknowledge, he will not appreciate, he will not even encourage that even further continuation on that. Because he clearly knew that such people who give reality to such things will get stuck there. They will only look for that thereafter. Then they will forget about teaching or any other sadhana. And there are very many people get distracted to these things. And they get caught up in the whirlpool, and they live in their own imagined world. It is like living in the dreams for them. Thereby, they are depriving themselves the higher reality, which alone can make them free. Any other thing which is accomplished in this world, whichever be the way, either by hard work or shortcut or by any siddhis, they are only binding you to this world again and again. So, our Gurudev never encouraged that. Forget about it. Don't go after it. It's all another form of Maya trying to distract you. So even though the great Mahatmas are seen to have such powers, they never would acknowledge it, nor they would encourage others to follow that. There are many others who are so-called Mahatma. They will say, oh, you get this, you get that, and you will accomplish this way and that way. Still, they are stuck in the same world of Maya only. They are not allowing, neither they are free, nor they allow anybody else to be free. So, now, what kind of a, next topic is, what kind of a sadhana that needs to be taken, or how long the vichara should be done. So here, for how long does one need to inquire? Is there a time limit or a specific period for which one should inquire each day? Because many of us who have been practicing some religious, practices like japa or pujanam, etc., we have a time limit. Like morning at 6 o'clock, you start the thing, and then for an hour or less, you have time to do that. In that way, Atma Vichar, how long should I be doing? Is there a time limit? So here, Bhagavan Ramana Maharshi says, Soham Vicharo Vapuratma Bhave Sahayakari Paramarganasya Swatmaikya Siddhau Sa Punar Nirartah Yada Naratva Pramitir Narasya Soham Vicharo Vapuratma Bhave Sahayakari Paramarganasya Swatmaikya Siddhau Sa Punar Nirarto Yata Naratva Pramitir Narasya. So aham, saha aham, iti vicharaha. Vapus atma bhave, deha atma bhave, when one has the notion of I in one's own body, saha aham vicharaha paramarganasya sahayakari. To such a person, not this body I am, saha, atma, paramatma aham, iti vicharaha. This kind of inquiry is sahayakari. It's a very supporting sadhana. To get away from the wrong notion of identification with the body, etc. Yata narasya naratva pramitihi. Yata, just as to a man, to a person, narasya, naratva pramiti. Pramiti means knowledge. Naratva jnanam. That I am a man. I am a human. What use is that knowledge? If somebody says, you know one secret, I'll tell you what. Please listen carefully. Yes, you are a human. I have to meditate on it. Yes. Okay. Every day, how long should I do that? How long should I meditate on I am a human? Sir, please tell me. So, I am, if I have forgotten that I am a human, then I have to be reminded. Because this being a human, even if I have forgotten, even that forgotten person is human only. Whether he remembers or not, he's still a human only. So, Swatmaikya Siddhau Sa Punaha Nirartha. Upon realization of the truth, it becomes useless. That's it. That statement is useless. In the accomplishment of the oneness, that statement, contemplation as Soham, again, is without any purpose. But Swamiji, we have not reached that point. No. That's why we need it. Soham vicharaha avashyam eva. Vaburatma bhave, vabu shariram sthulam sukshmam va atma iti bhave anubhavatmake sati eva. When one has a notion that the body is me, soham vicharaha sa para atma aham jivahe iti vicharaha manana nididhyasana rupaha sukshmaha vicharaha paramarganasya paramatmanah marganasya anveshanasya sahayakari sahakari bhavati. It is definitely helpful for you to come out of the notion of a wrong notion of oneself as the body. Exactly, Swamiji, that is the problem, because constantly I have been thinking I am the body. To come out of that, so aham vicharaha avashyaha. Yes, no doubt about that. So if again the vichara, when you're doing aham atma, aham brahma ityadi, if it has not accomplished the wrong removal of the wrong notion, it has failed that purpose. Punaha kimtu so aham vicharaha swatmaikya siddhau swatmanaha aikyasya advidiya bhavasya siddhau praptau nirartaha nishpalaha. Now, it may look very simple to us, but at the same time, we have never ever denied consciously when a thought comes, I am the body. Have you ever countered it with no? Soham. When we do not do such vichara, obviously, even mere utterance of the statement soham has no purpose. If we do not really mean it, is it not? Soham, 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 soham. Ice cream chahiye. So that soham has not really served the purpose, right? So yata yena prakarena narasya manushasya naratva pramiti narasvasya manushya bhavasya pratiti pramiti jnanam tadasa vicharaha na ko sida nirattaha bhavati loke narasya naratve siddhe naroham iti na kobi vadati. Nobody ever again and again repeats himself, I am human, I am human, I am human, I am human, I am human. Jnate ajnate va naratve naro nara eva bhavati. Whether you know it or not, you are, whether you like it or not, you are a human. Whether you know it or not. Na ayam naraha kimtu pakshi. If you think that I am not a human, I am a bird. Pashuhu iti samshaye prapte. If suddenly somebody thinks that, I've told you this also some time back. One person started to think that he is a cat. Sorry, he is a rat. He suddenly felt, one day got up and he felt he is a rat. And in that house, they had a pet of a cat. So when he got up from the bed and the cat was just casually coming into the room, he got so afraid. He went under the cot and stayed there until the cat went away. Then he started to sneak from under the cot and looked around whether the cat is gone or not. By the time his wife came, John, where are you? I not see you at all. Where are you? I've been searching for you all over. Then she heard the voice from under the cot. Is the cat gone? What? Did the cat go away from this room? Cat? Yeah, it went. What's your problem? He came out slowly. I said, what is that wrong with you? Oh, no, I'm afraid of that cat. What? Afraid of that cat? Why? Because I'm a rat. What's wrong with you? You're not a rat, you're a human. Oh, no. That's what you think, but I am actually a rat. She got very worried. So after sometimes she took him to the doctor and said, there's something wrong with my husband. He thinks he's a rat. So the doctor asked him, are you a rat? Yeah, of course, I'm a rat. Okay. So he told the wife, you go home. I'll treat him for 2-3 days. He has to stay in the hospital. And then I'll tell you when to pick him up. Okay, she went. And this fellow was put in a room and with a loudspeaker, which concentrated, repeat after me. I am man, I'm not a rat. I am man, I'm not rat. I am man, I'm not rat. I am man, I'm not rat. 24 hours. So this fellow was listening to and repeating. And then after 2 days, when the wife came, he was continuously, I'm a man, I'm not a rat. I'm a man, I'm not a rat. I'm a man, I'm not a rat. So she was very happy, finally, okay, got it. So she paid the doctor and drove him home. And as soon as they reached the home, so she said, John, now go and open the door. He went and opened the door, that the cat came out. He just jumped and fell on the ground and running. He came back to the car and said, oh my God, that cat is still there. So, but you have been repeating that you are not a rat, you are a man. Yes, I know it. Then, but the cat doesn't know. That is the case with all of us. Even though we keep on repeating soham, 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 soham. But do you really think you are? Do you want acknowledgement from everybody around you to say that you are Brahman? Then only you are. So that means that the realization has not dawned, the nishtha has not happened. You're just repeating those statements with no real understanding of what that statement means to you. Sa eva aham. Yata yena prakarena. So if a person thinks like, na I am naraha, kim tu pakshi, pashuhu, eva idi samshaye prapte, when you think that yourself has a doubt whether you are a man or a bird or an animal, nayam pakshi pashuhu va bhavati, I am not a bird or an animal, nara eva ayam idi vachanam yuktam, then it is appropriate. Tatrabi naraha eva ayam iti vachanam siddhasya naratvasya jnapakam bhavati. Jnapakartam jnanam. It is only to remind you what you are already are. Jnapakartam jnanam. Natu siddham naratvam sadayati. It is not that you accomplish naratva. Not that by making that statement you have become human. By repeating the name, I am naraha, aham naraha, I am a human, you have not gained the humanhood. You only have regained the knowledge which you have forgotten. The forgotten awareness you come to gain, not that you gain the humanhood again. Evam aham brahmasmi iti vadasya kiyat prayojanam iti pradashitam. By mere repetition of the statement aham brahmasmi, etc., by repetition, by just chanting, by repeatedly uttering, you are not gaining anything new. So it is only what is forgotten, what is being replaced for a long time by the wrong notion, I am the body, that the wrong notion being removed by right knowledge, one comes to know and become aware of one's own real nature of the self, has not gained you anything other than the fact that you have removed the notion of misunderstanding. Nitya siddhameva atma is always there. So the forgetfulness is due to that avidya, maya, and removal of that forgetfulness is the nature of the knowledge. See, in any other field of knowledge, having gained, you have to do something about it. If I am learning medicine, I have to do something about medicine. Then only it's a profession. If I have learned the law, then I become a liar. Then only it will become a profession for me. If I don't do anything about that knowledge is useless. But here, jnapakartam na karakartam jnana. It is just the reminding you of that your nature as if it is accomplished, that alone, there it ends. उसके बाद करना क्या है? मैंने जान लिया मैं ब्रह्म हूं, मुझे अभी करना क्या है? Having gained that Brahmanhood I am, now क्या करूं मैं? There's nothing needs to be done with that. Whether knowledge is not leading you to action. If the knowledge leads you to action, then you have not gained the knowledge. Because only ignorance can lead you to action. Action being prompted by desire prompted by the ajnanam, avidya, kama, karma. This is called, what called? Nirartha parampara. So having gained the right knowledge, there is no question of any desire thereafter left behind for you to engage in action. Jnanam, jnatum, karyam asti kim, kartavyam asti kim, jnatum antaram. So this knowledge does not lead to any action. Knowledge does not lead to any practice also. उसके बाद क्या practice करना है? That's why it's a, how long should be the practice is a question which cannot be answered because it is not depending upon time, space or any causation. This practice is not like anything that you do, at the end of it you accomplish something in the world of Maya. So how long is the practice? To know that I am human. Once that misunderstanding is gone, and how deep-rooted is the misunderstanding, so long should be your practice. You are not able to come out of the misunderstanding of I am the body, until then the practice should continue, right? Practice again is, not repetition. By repeating, you will not gain it. Becoming aware, becoming alert. Whenever the notion that I am the body comes, it has to be shifted back to the awareness that no, I am not. So that is the answer that is given by Ramana Maharshi. We'll see more of it in the next class. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhat Bhavet. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Harihi Om Shri Gurubhyo Namaha. Harihi Om.